Hey guys, in this video we're going to be talking about ifs, else, and else if statements. So where I want to start is showing you guys the methods I used for this video. So the first method I use is the method lighten, which is just to make the picture brighter, something we learned in the first few modules. And the next three methods I used were all chroma key methods for white, blue, and green. The only difference between these chroma keys from perusal is I added an extra argument inside my parameters to so in my if statement I used the color distance, and you can see here to get a threshold to eliminate any excess pixelation. And the last method I used was create collage method that we learned in advanced collage. So let me read this to you guys. Method that allows you to have 3 pictures on a blank white canvas and an int type to change RGB value for second picture. So I took in an extra argument for my int brightness, grabbing an int type variable, and as you can see in my second picture, when I'm setting my RGB values, I'm gonna have the user input change the picture brighter, and yeah. So here we move on to the explain conditional execution class, and from the very top I'm just calling the scanner object to get user input, initializing some variables, putting some values in those variables, grabbing some pictures, turning them to picture objects, calling the methods onto the picture objects, and calling my create collage method. So here is where I want to start talking about the ifs, else, and else if statements. So let me run my code and talk about it at the same time. So you can see here the lines that I wanted to print out is printing out, and it's just asking, is saying Professor is on a journey to Neverland. Should Professor change out of her pajamas for a casual shirt? So here is how we're getting the user input, and so now we're going to talk about if statements. So pretty much, if something happens, do this. Otherwise, do this or do this. This is another basis for programming, using conditions based on user input, or based on certain events that happens, we're going to do different things. I want to get a user input, and based on what they type in, I want my program to do something. So inside the parameters is going to be my condition, and inside the if statements or if blocks, it's what's going to execute if this is true. So here we're going to let's just put yes. So yes, we want Professor to change out of pajamas for a casual shirt. So you can see that since I put yes, and since this condition was false, because you have to type in no for it to be true, it jumps down to this one. So note that you're never executing all 3. You're only going to execute one of these, depending if the condition is true or not. So it jumps down to the next if statement. How bright should Tinkerbell shine in the sky? Choose a number between 50 and 70. So here you see I have a little safeguard to make sure that the user puts something in between 50 and 70. So it can't be less than 50. It can't be more than 70. So if I tried putting something out of 70, it's going to make you do it again. So you're going to be stuck in this loop until the condition is true, and then it will break. So if I put in 65, it should work. And here, so we run the program, and you can see that the Professor is in a casual shirt and Tinkerbell is shining in the sky. So let's see what happens if we do the opposite, right? So let me run my program again. Should the Professor change out of her pajamas for a casual shirt? I'll put no. Let's keep her in her pajamas. Let's make Tinkerbell shine 50 to change that threshold. And that should work. And as you can see, she's in her pajamas, and Tinkerbell is shining less bright. Thank you guys for listening.